Body image is how you see yourself and how you assume others perceive you. Things that could tie into your body image are your height, shape, and weight. This image is often affected by family, friends, social pressures, and the media. Although no one is going to love their body 100% of the time, there is a difference between having a positive body image and a negative body image. Having a positive body image means that you accept and appreciate your natural body shape, that you understand that looks do not determine your self-worth, that you feel comfortable and confident in your body, that you don't spend an unnecessary amount of time worrying about food, your weight, or calories. That you accept and appreciate different body types. While having a negative body image means that you have a distorted perception of your shape and you perceive parts of your body unlike they actually are. You are convinced that only other people are attractive and that your body shape or size is a sign of your own personal failure. You feel that your body doesn't measure up to family, social, or media ideals. You feel ashamed, self-conscious, and anxious about your body. You feel uncomfortable and awkward in your own skin. You have constant negative thoughts about your body and constantly compare yourself to others. Some effects of having a negative body image include emotional distress, low self-esteem, unhealthy dieting habits, and many more unpleasant things. A research study done in 2016 discovered that 30% of teenage girls and 25% of teenage boys have admitted to being teased about their weight. 90% of 15 to 17-year-old girls have admitted to wanting to change at least one aspect of their physical appearance, and 12% of teenage boys have admitted to using supplements or some form of steroids. With how society is progressing, it is highly probable that these alarming percentages will only rise because of the forever changing perfect body ideals. So I asked people who went to my school, what does a socially accepted female body look like?
Short. Big boobs. Hourglass figure.
Curvy.
Slim around the waist area.
A flat stomach, thick thighs.
Thick. A big butt.
A big butt.
Big bubble butt.
Big butt.
If these things make up a socially accepted female, then I was curious to know, how does defining these ideals affect a person?
I don't fit the traits of having a perfect body, which is having an hourglass figure or having a big butt or big breasts. But I personally believe that there is no such thing as a perfect body and everybody was made unique.
I believe I fit into some categories, not all. And I sort of don't care because as I was younger, I was bullied about being fat, but As I grew up, I learned to love myself, and I learned that everybody is different in their own type of way.
With these ideals looming in the back of our minds, does it make us want to alter our image so we do fit in? If so, how would we go about doing this?
I feel as though most girls, they just want to fix their image so boys could start liking them and so they could take good pictures for Instagram and stuff like that. But I'm not really like pressed about fixing my image.
The only thing I would probably do is try to get a flatter stomach, not surgically, but it's like other ways to do it. Because people like want plastic surgery done and all that, and I ain't for that. I'd rather just get some herbal. Like,
although you'd expect the people closest to you to be your warriors and not judge you for the things you can't change, or for the things that aren't easy to change, this isn't always the case. So I asked them to tell me stories similar to the situation and tell me how it felt.
My family, they always be like, oh, you should be a model, but they don't more so think about like my real dreams, because they just see that I'm skinny and I'm tall, and I don't even know how to wear high heels. I'd rather them ask me like, what do you really want to be, instead of like just looking at my body and being like, oh, you should just be a model.
There are times when my mom would say to me, you should like try to lose weight and make sure you don't scar your body, but I felt indifferent about that. I didn't really care how anybody looked at me. It's not even always about the appearance. Like, I could have a banging personality and nobody would ever know that because you wouldn't approach me because I don't fit in the perfect body category.
Now, I'll have a social worker give her opinion on body image.
As a teenager, all you think about is your body, you know, and what people perceive and how they look at you and all these different things. And sometimes we get so caught up in our head, what we see on TV is what we want to mimic and what we want to look like. But in reality, those people that we see on TV, like celebrities and stuff, they had work done, they had personal trainers, their lifestyles are completely different from the average person like you and I. You know, so sometimes that can motivate you in a good way, like, oh, you know what, I want to have a, you know, nice abs like Nicki Minaj or whatever, and then you may want to start being more health conscious and go to the gym. But the average teenager, like, oh, I want to look like Nicki Minaj, so I'm gonna do all these things to enhance myself, like get extra makeup, or, you know, wear tight fitting clothes, or do the corsets and all these different things to try to change and morph your body into something that it's not. You have to just think about, one, be comfortable about who you are as a person, number one, and accept that, you know, you're still young. Your body's going to change. You're not going to be the same person or have the same body type that you had at 15 years old or 16 years old that you may have at 25, or in my case, 34. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand that the things that you see on TV are most of the time not real. They're edited. So it's not like you just wake up one day and people looking like Beyonce. Like, I woke up like this. No, you didn't. Okay? It took some time. So sometimes with body image, it can be very negative too. You may feel like, I can never look like that. Oh my God, I'm so sad. And sometimes some ladies who don't know how to deal with that, they hurt themselves, they cut, you know, they become depressed because they're trying to compete with something that they don't have to compete with. Be your own person, love yourself, do some self-esteem, some uplifting, because you're beautiful. Every woman, no matter how young or old, we all have one quality or more that is beautiful. We're all beautiful people, and you have to remember, listen, stop trying to be like those people on TV. You are fine the way you are. Okay, so however you accept yourself is what you need to do. It's always room for improvement, right? So, but we need to do it in positive ways. And as we get older, as you know, fast forward years later, when you get into the adult side of the world, or you know, you own and being an adult, living in the world, body image is always going to be a topic of discussion. Even as women, we're sometimes critical of other women. Like, oh, girl, look at her feet, or look at her stomach, or she need a girdle, or whatever the case may be. So we look at it differently, or we may get judgment differently as we get older. But even still, the main thing that you always have to remember is be yourself. Love yourself, okay? What I tell my young girls as I mentor, because I'm in a sorority and we're really big on that, listen, if somebody don't like it, another person will. But long as you like it is what matters. If you're not happy with yourself, you need to make improvements. Not for others, but for yourself. All right? Thanks.
Doing the male part of this video was a lot harder for me than doing the females part. I think this is because of another ideal that is going around. Males are not supposed to show as much emotion as females do. If they do, they are seen as weak and irrational. Because of this, not a lot of males are willing to admit that they have body issues or even aware that they have them. Of the 2 male subjects that I interviewed, one was done at Rittenhouse Square and the other was done at my school. So again, I asked, what does a socially accepted male body look like?
Tall, buff,
muscular.
muscular.
If these things construct a perfect male's body, then how does it make the people who defy this feel?
I don't think I fit into this image, but I don't ever think it hurt me because I never attempted to fit into this image.
I don't think I fit into the image perfectly. Somewhat, when it comes to being tall, yes, I think I fit into the perfect image. When it comes to like being really muscular, I'm not the most muscular guy. A lot of people tell me I'm too skinny, or a lot of people say, oh my God, you're so skinny. So when it comes to that, it kind of makes me feel insecure, especially when going on social media and seeing all these buff dudes, and then I'm sitting here, I'm like scrawny and skinny. It makes me feel a little insecure.
With these ideals looming in the back of our minds, does it make us want to alter our image so we do fit in? If so, how would we go about doing this?
I dealt with eating disorders for a really long time. I still kind of do. I'm one of the few people that manipulate my body to stay in a certain way.
If I could change anything about my body, I would probably change my body itself. Like when it comes to my weight, I probably want to be a little bit, thicker, or have a little bit more weight on me. I try to like gain weight. I eat more than I'm supposed to eat. I started eating more and I'm trying to gain weight, but I have a fast metabolism, so it's not as easy as it is for other people. A lot of my friends always tell me, oh my God, you're so scrawny and skinny. Like, do you eat? Like, I always get asked that. They be like, do you eat at home? And I'm like, yeah, I eat at home. So it's just, I don't know, maybe I feel like I would be more confident when I'm around them. I always feel like the toothpick in the group.
Although you want to be strong and confident and not let what people say about you hurt you, but sometimes it just takes that certain person to say it, and you just crumble, even if that person is yourself.
Me, I mean, I guess that's the only person that can really do it, like really much like how you affect yourself and like what you tell yourself in the mirror, because that's what you become. Well, in the long run, it pretty much made me feel like I was never good enough, because there's this old like wise tale about like basically the flaws you are aware of are the flaws that other people are aware of, and when you constantly like zone in on a flaw, you almost get this like type of sense that your face changes every day. You don't have a sense of continuity, and when you go out of the house, you think like, oh, I'm always going to be a different face, or I got to get myself to the face that I am comfortable with. But when you kind of accept like this is my face, it has its flaws, but it's not all garbage, you kind of get to see other people also see you look a certain way, and you get to see like you look how you're supposed to look at the end of the day. Like there is no set way to look. So if you just go forward, you will become more attractive just by your demeanor.
A lot of people in my family are like, I wouldn't say like fat, but they're like on the heavy side. So I'm like the skinniest person in my family, even out of all the boys. They always call me like toothpick and like say, oh, you don't eat enough, and like just always pick on me about my weight. They call me scrawny. It constantly gets to me, especially when it's your family. That's supposed to be just your support system. So when they say things like that, it's kind of discouraging, and it makes me feel, a little hurt. So when I hear things like that, it does make me like, when they say, oh, you need to eat more, it like puts this thing in my head, like every time I eat, I gotta eat like double the amount a normal person would eat, or triple. I feel like I always gotta eat, just try to gain weight so that way I could fit in with my family, or like, they won't keep saying stuff about it.
As the people of this world become more critical of each other, this problem will only burgeon. A possible solution to this problem would simply be acceptance. We as a group need to stop revering celebrities' bodies and forcing their image onto each other. We as a group need to accept that everyone was born differently. We as a group need to realize that one body type is not more beautiful than another. We as a group need to stop putting down one group of people in order to uplift another. We as a group need to learn to love ourselves during the times when it seems like no one else will. We as a group need to realize that we don't need any additional sadness and hate into this world.